Okay, seriously, 5 seconds after I told save the video, I realized what I did. Right here. I'm sure you guys noticed that. Why in the world did I hard code the number 1 in there? That doesn't make any sense at all. It's supposed to be a Z. So, when I change that, sure enough, it maintains where they are supposed to be positioned relative to one another. See? Now these little circles that it's drawing that I was using for debugging purposes, just got to get rid of that stuff. Yeah, get rid of all of it. We don't need that line anymore. There we go. That was it. And then it also occurred to me, because then I started getting paranoid and thinking, where else did I hard code something wrong? See, we get stuck. And I was right to be surprised by that, because we shouldn't have gotten stuck. And it occurred to me that I must have something wrong with this code that was equally simple. And when I jumped down here, I realized what it was. If you see where we're comparing to see if we've collided, I'm comparing AZ with AW. Seems to make sense on the surface, but remember, this entire group is about dealing with this pretend location, new A, new B. Why am I comparing his actual position when we're supposed to be looking at his new position? So, new A and new B are supposed to be in place of A and B. They shouldn't get stuck now. If we hit, there we go. See? If he hits, I can just have him run away the other direction. So the only reason that that was screwing up is because I screwed up. Not because there's anything actually wrong with the code or the idea behind the code. So there we go. Just fixed a couple of major problems right there. Save the project. Let's do some buildings. Same kind of idea. I'm going to start us off with some under form load. I'm going to start us off with just one. Okay, buildings equals 1. BA equals, let's say 300, 200, that'll be his location. And his width should be something like, I don't know, 50, and a height will be 30. These are all values that wouldn't be hard-coded like this, or they would be, but you'd have some function depending on the types of buildings. You know, if you've designed like a farm, you'll know how big it is. If you design a barracks, you'll know how big it is. It's all going to be based on a variable, which I don't have, which would be, you know, building type, which would be something like, again, 0 equals doesn't exist, and then other numbers represent like could be like a farm, 2 is a barracks, you know, 3 is like a town hall, if I go off of the old like Warcraft idea. So where am I at? Here we go. Building type, say 1. Building health is 200 health points. The owner is myself. Okay, we've got it. Now, as before, I need to add 2 functions. We'll say clear building and another function, draw building. So when I go to draw, I'll say picture1.draw width. Again, you'll probably be using paint picture so that you have actual artwork that you're pasting in. Equals 3. I'll make it thicker. For color equals, I'm actually gonna do something a little, no, whatever. His color will be not blue, we'll make him red. No, we don't want to do red either. We'll do a combination. We'll do like purple or something. There we go. I don't want to use red just in case I end up having time and I put like enemies or something in. We'll do BA minus, we got to do half of the building width. Wait, building width divided by 2, so BB divided by 2. I don't know if, oh, wait a minute here, what am I doing wrong? Oh. through BA plus B width divided by 2, BB plus B height divided by 2. Taking another quote. What am I doing wrong here? So much junk, it's getting confusing. The width divided by 2 is good. Width divided by 2 is good. This section is good. I think the problem is I don't have brackets in the right place somewhere. That one's good. That should be there. I don't need that one. There we go. That was it. Copy all this, and we need to be able to erase the building. So the color would be VB white. Alright. Oh, and then under timer, we already know how this works. Same idea, we have to erase it first. BUILD and buildings. If time equals 0, then okay, just like before. I copy this. Buildings won't move, so we don't have to worry about drawing it in the middle, unless you want your building to animate. In which case, somewhere in here, you will increment its animation number, just like you did with Pac-Man. Or the animations in the side scroller where you like fired your weapon or swung your weapon, how it increases the animations. Draw. Is it building or buildings? What did I do? Building. Clear building. Okay. Something's wrong. Oh. I did that. I put W in instead. Alright. Let's try this. There's our building. Now that means that I need to go into the collision section here and say for running into other stuff, that shouldn't actually be inside of this group. It should have been down here. You know what? I'm going to cut and paste this whole section. I need this whole thing. Buildings. I don't need to say if they're the same, because W and Z, it's okay if they're the same. If you building type, so the building has to exist, minus BA, BW, and now instead of 12, the unit, the guy is 6. So I'm changing these back to 6, and I'm going to say 6 plus building width and 6 plus building height. So you can imagine how we're using because we don't know how big the building is. So this should be divided by 2. Divided by 2, and height divided by 2. You can see how you would just as easily use this idea for having a width or a size of the units, because we're using a size of the building. So let's see if we run into it. Yep. Guy can't go through the buildings. And there we go. Simple enough, right? We need to be able to select the buildings. I don't know if I have a select. We had M selected for people, right? Where am I at? Yeah, M selected. We need B selected. Okay, B selected. We'll probably have something where you can't select more, if you select a building, it unselects all the people, or you're going to want to put code like that. I don't know if I'm going to bother. Because in most games, you can't select like 3 buildings and 25 men and do anything. Usually it makes you pick one or the other, people or buildings that are selected. Mouse up is where we have code for selecting. Timer's going off. Let me save the video.